Hey, Negaunee Middle School and High School, it's Mr. Flood. I was there in March of 2018. I know some of you are thinking in the middle school, Mr. Flood, we weren't in the middle school in March of 2018. We were still in elementary school. That's okay, no problem. So I don't know if that's let me fix my video here. That would be I guess the 6th and 7th graders. You guys wouldn't know who the heck I am. It's okay. Maybe the 8th graders can tell you, or one of the people in the high school can tell you. I'm a youth speaker, 6th and 7th graders. I speak in middle schools and high schools all over the country on dignity, respect, and compassion. And I was in Negaunee, Michigan, on the Upper Peninsula. I remember it was beautiful up there. Not as beautiful, I'm sure, as it is in the spring and the summer and the fall. So if I come back to the Upper Peninsula, I would like to come back at a time other than March. Hint, hint, Mrs. Debelak. Can you bring me back? Well, I know the kids aren't there in the summer. No, I had a really cool time. I really liked it up there. I had to drive from there to Quamanon. So I was up there for a couple of days, and I got a chance to drive across through some forest, state park, whatever it was. But it was beautiful. But I would imagine in like May, June, and July, it's even more beautiful. So I know where you are sometimes. I want, Mrs. Debelak, guys and girls, thought that all of you could use an encouraging video, which I hope this will turn out to be. During these crazy, weird, strange, unforeseen, new, I don't know, what other adjectives can I use? This just weird time that we're all isolated from each other. So as a reminder, 6th and 7th graders, I know you don't, remember this or even know this, but I speak in schools on, like I said, dignity and respect. And 3 challenges that I give to kids and that I gave to all of you when you were younger are to, number 1, look on the inside of people and realize we're all alike on the inside. And if this pandemic doesn't absolutely prove that 100%, I don't know what does, because I'm no different. My family's no different from another family. I'm not different from anybody else. I'm just as susceptible to getting sick as someone else is. So we're all alike on the inside. Now, when you do that, when you acknowledge that we're all alike on the inside, and it enables you to be compassionate, and it enables you to have empathy towards someone else because you know that they're just like you. Second challenge that I give in schools, and this one's even maybe most important out of all of them, was to show respect and say thank you to 2 adults in the building. Your teachers, guys and girls, I guarantee most of them, if not all of them, have never taught remotely before. Now, we're about a month into this, so maybe they're getting a little bit used to it now. But don't you want to be the kid when you get back to school? I don't know if it'll be this year or if it's going to be in September, but don't you want to be the kid that your teacher looks at you and says, hey, thank you for making my job a little simpler or easier when we were going through that crazy time last year or in the spring. Thank you for showing up on time. To the Zoom room, Google, Skype, I don't know how you're communicating with your teachers, but thank you for showing up and being there and just getting your work in on time and emailing me or texting me. I don't know how you're communicating with your teachers and the people in school, but don't you want to be that person? And realize this, guys, the teachers, where they were able to separate their personal lives from their school lives, no more. Everything's blended together. They could have a spouse at home. They could have pets at home. They could have children who are younger than you at home, who are in daycare that they have to take care of, feed, clothe, entertain, keep occupied. They could have kids that are your age, school-age kids, or older, that they have to navigate and connect with their teachers, keep them connected to their teachers. So they have all of these things that they're trying to navigate, and then they're trying to educate you guys too. So please be respectful and be understanding and be a good student. Can you have fun? Absolutely. But please, stay connected to your teachers so that they feel and that they know what they're doing is working with you, okay? And the third challenge I give is no one eats alone. If none of you remember that in 6th and 7th graders, I talk a lot about my son, Justin, who has autism, about eating lunch alone, when he was in middle school and high school. Now, I know you can't eat with someone now, but what you can do is reach out to someone that you know is super isolated. Like they were isolated when you were in school, like kids who walk the hallway alone, ride the bus alone, don't sit with anybody in the lunchroom, don't sit with anybody in class. Can you be someone who thinks of them and reaches out to them with a text, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, an email. I don't care how you communicate. I don't care if you send a carrier pigeon to their house with a letter. Can you be someone like, people are getting sick? Some people are dying from this virus, guys. Let's not lose anybody because of sadness, isolation, loneliness, and depression. Those things are really easily preventable with a phone call and a pick me up, right? Just a, hey, I'm thinking of you. Just to have other people know that that we're thinking of them is so very, very powerful. Wouldn't you want that from someone else if you were in a bad place? So be that, and if you're that person who's struggling, please reach out to someone, because that's a great way to connect as well. You know, if you're really down, don't be afraid to reach out to people. Don't be afraid to reach out to one of the counselors. Don't be afraid to reach out to one of your teachers. It's so important. And last two things I want to cover with you guys. One, when I struggle with unstructured time, like what we have now, totally unstructured time, I know that for me, making a list of things to do helps me tremendously. It might just be empty the dishwasher, put the dogs out, feed the dogs, do the laundry, send an email, make a phone call, write a letter, get the mail, just simple little things. But when I cross them off the list, I feel a small sense of accomplishment. And I'm telling you, it helps. They say when you're listless, that means when you're down, say like listless, like blah, make a list of things that you have to do, cross them off, and it will give you a sense of accomplishment, small sense of accomplishment. And the last thing I want to say to you before I say something to the seniors is, how are you going to come out of this crisis? Because you have an opportunity where everything's been cleared from your plate. There's no sports, there's no club, there's no music, there's no dance, there's no ice skating, there's no nothing to distract you from friends and family. You can forge even better and stronger bonds and connections with your friends and family now. You're doing it, family, you're doing it in person. Friends, you're doing it over the phone or FaceTime or whatever. But you can come out of this a better person than before it started. Not better than anyone else, a better version of yourself. I'm going to come out of this better. Not better than anyone else, but a better version of myself. Guaranteed. I'm not going to look back 6 months from now and say, oh my God, what did I do for those 4 months or 3 months during the pandemic, March, April, May, and June? Because I have no speeches now until like August. Everything on my calendar from March 6th got canceled for the next 4 or 5 months. You can come out of this a better person, and you will come out of this a better person. Work on yourself, self-development, self-improvement, social emotional learning, read, watch educational things, and please filter the information you're taking in through adults. It's good to have information. It's not good to have too much information that it debilitates you and disables your moving, your good feelings, keeps you down. Last thing I want to say to the seniors, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if you're going to have a graduation. I don't know if you're going to have a prom. 8th graders, I know you probably have a moving up ceremony. I forget, if you guys were a combined school or not, but let me say this to the seniors. And I know this is hard for a 16, 17, or 18-year-old to hear. And graduation's a big deal when you're 16, 17, or 18. But in life, there will be births and there'll be deaths. There'll be marriages, there'll be divorces, there'll be new jobs, there'll be lost jobs, there'll be graduations, there'll be canceled graduations, there'll be rain that will fall that will ruin an event, well, or so we think. There'll be, birthdays, there'll be anniversaries, there'll be new friends, there'll be losing friends, all of these different things. And granted, no one, not even your grandparents, have gone through anything like this. I don't know if any of them lived through the Great Depression. Probably not. Maybe your great-grandparents. But no one's ever gone through anything like this before, guys and girls. But it's just one more thing in your life. And again, you can come out of this a better person and look back and say, look what the pandemic, look what that isolation did for me. Not to me, but for me. So I hope you have a graduation. I hope you have a prom. I really want you to, I really feel for seniors in high school and seniors in college that want to walk across the stage and have their accomplishments acknowledged and get a diploma. I hope you do. I really, really do. I want that for you. But in life, you will see 30 years from now, you'll look back and you'll say, I didn't have a graduation, but I had an awesome life. Maybe you won't even remember. But again, that being said, I do hope that you grab a graduation. I will see you in a Dunkin' Donuts. I forget if there was a Dunkin' Donuts in Negaunee or on the up. Yeah, you guys have them up there, right? It's not just like in Lower Michigan. I really liked it up there. It was cool. I kind of want to bring my family back. I will see you in a Dunkin' Donuts, a Starbucks, a Panera in Michigan, or somewhere else in the Midwest, or wherever. Be well, take care of your family and friends, and please reach out to someone that you know is doubly isolated because of what we're going through. Have a great day, guys. I will see you down the road.